Good morning, baby. It's the Doug Rising Show. Well, the Doug Rising Show. Well, the Doug Rising Show. I'm Doug Rice. What up? Oh, yeah. Now, you know, this one was coming. How are you? Welcome to the Doug Rice Show. I am Doug Rice. And boy, is it nice to be a Negro this Sunday. Okay, 12 o'clock, straight up. Good morning, good afternoon. Stay with me. How you doing? Why the exciting intro? Why the over-the-top band simulation? The brawling Bama. Oh, damn! I'm still riding high on the ether of the caucastic ass kicked so completely. It was a satisfying moment for Negroes everywhere, not just here, but everywhere, you know. Yeah, they picked up the banner, and they ran with it. I watched it, I've shared it, I have a copy, HD, 4K. You are free to get a copy of the Brawlin' Bama from me, Doug Rice. I will provide it for free. I am that nice. You just try me. I'll say it twice. Oh, yeah. So, brother doing a job. I mean, we all saw it, right? We know the story. It is the fastest spreading Negro tale in America. I mean, come on. And it looked bad. It did. At first, I was getting in my feelings just a little bit. I see six of them jump on us like that. Oh, man, my blood boils. I saw that hat go up. I knew it was a cry to the ancestors. But little did I know. The ancestors were just a split hop and a glide across some water away as one 16-year-old took it upon himself to dive in. And you know how it went. And yeah, we are high on the ether of that executive decision-like moment. All of us of one accord come to the rescue of a brother under the attack by drunken caucasity, the worst kind of caucasity. We know this. I mean, they're liable to do anything when they've had alcohol in their system. And by God, we delivered. Oh, did we deliver? Now, I don't know how many times you may have looked at this video, but I looked at it until my eyes bled. And I enjoyed every second of every chair hitting every head over and over, including the female. Yes! As I watched that chair come down across the top of the head of that white woman so daring in her audacity to put her goddamned hands on a Negro, I knew there would be arrests. I did. But those Negroes did their best. Yes. All right. Anyway, yeah, that was some exciting stuff. You know, people are steaming in their seats right now. We got some of those folks out there, boy. They wear them white pointy hats. They burn crosses, and they don't like taking losses. You better stand by and make sure that you are in Negro company. Make sure when the call goes out and the hat goes off, let me tell you something, you be there. You hear me, Negroes? You set it off. All right, let's do it. All right. Well, you know me. My name's Doug Rice. How you doing? You tuned in. I didn't make you. It's 12:04 in the afternoon. It's the 13th of August. Augustus. As you know, maybe you don't, These 2 months, July and August, they are months that have been created by this Gregorian nonsense we are caught up in. 2 added months to, just throw Negroes off. But here we are, middle of August. How you doing? Thank you for showing up. Pay attention, please. Detrina, the moderator extraordinaire, will not have a problem yanking you by your hair and tossing you the hell out of here. That's Detrina. For those of you oppressors that have somehow made your way into this melee, let me tell you, you will learn something today because I'm in a mood. I'm ready to go. I got my topics, just so you know. You never can see them, can't you? And, I got stuff to say, I'm a Negro in America like you. I am trapped within the confines of the combined nuances of this caucasity that they try to call civility, wrapped in democracy that's failing them miserably. And it is. They're going down. They're going down like a rock tied around the neck of America, heavy with racism and hatred and fear. Gonna get these Caucasians the hell out of here. Okay, let's start the show. All right, you know how this goes. I come with topics. I come with gifts. Sometimes I talk too much and then I drift. But after that, we peruse the news and then I say goodbye to you. I'm on a thing. I don't know. But why do I do this? Why do I put myself through the mental rigmarole of coming here on a Sunday just to speak to my Negro family? Let me tell you why. This is a concerted effort so that all Negroes everywhere, particularly in these United Snakes of America, the effort that I try to imbibe, but I try to do not divide, all I want you to do is to get that goddamned grin off your faces, you. If I can accomplish that, if I can get just one grin off one Negro face, well, then I know I'm doing my job in this place. All right, how we doing? We good? We good. So it's Sunday. If you're in church, get up, get out. If you are at home, pay attention. Thank you. Please subscribe, share, like, comment, do all of these things. Remember, please, I do not keep track of what you may say to me. It would take me off my square, and I gotta be just right there. You know. All right, so this is how we do it. 7 topics, and then we go to news, and then we're through with it. That's it. All in an effort to get the smile off Negroes' faces in public places. For God's sake, it doesn't belong. You don't have to smile anymore, Negroes. Do you understand that? You don't have to offer a warm Negro smile anymore. You are able to be a serious Negro now. It's an imperative that you are so. All right, so here we go. Our anchor topic, and one of import. I'm going to start it right now before I retort. All right, here we go. They all must fall. They all must fall. You've read me. You've read what I say. You've seen it nearly every day. I talk about every nation must fall under God's creation, and that's all. There's nobody that will be exempt from this action. I mean, and I see some African countries trying to get some traction, but let me tell you something. Africa is not exempt. Africa too, and all of its countries within it, if they have a banner, a flag of any sort, they expect sovereignty. And there will be no kingdom rivaling the kingdom of Almighty God, fast approaching, I might add, and I'll say it all day. Again, they all must fall. All nations, not just the United States, not just the European nations. No, every single nation within this creation must fall. So I put no faith in no kingdom at all except the kingdom of God. That's it. I know that you might find that odd, but I don't give a damn. That's just how I am. Hear me out. I mean, okay, so let's just say, I don't know, let's just say Africa excises itself from the oppressive hands of colonializers, hell-bent on extracting the resources and sucking at the teat of the motherland. Let's just say that they somehow escape their hand. Then what? And then? What then? What? I mean, we got new countries to pay homage to, new presidents, new kings. I mean, new flags, new things, right? No, same old, different flag up a same pole. Folks, listen, they all must fall. All kingdoms will fall eventually. So I don't see any future in any kingdom I see. Not one, not Niger, not Nigeria. I didn't know that there was a Niger and a Nigeria. Whoa, both gotta go. Both gone, off the map. What do you think they're gonna do when the creator shows up? Just think of that. And you're gonna have to cast your kingdom aside and make way for the kingdom of God. Bye, Ghana. Bye, Nigeria. No more. What do you think they will do? Just sit on the floor? They will all fight God to preserve their sovereignty. They all must fall. That's it. We got to break it down like a fraction, folks. The least divisibility of a situation. We know that an eventuality in summation is that no matter what, humans just are in a rut. They're not meant to direct their own step. This is why the kingdom, I believe, will be here soon. I'm not going to ramble. So they all must fall, and only the kingdom will be left. And I know that some of you are just bereft at that thought. I know some of you want to make a future in Africa. Don't be overwrought. Await the kingdom of God Almighty. It will overtake every kingdom on this planet, and rightly. Okay, we'll stop there. All right, that's anchor topic 1. And yeah, I'm not done. They all must fall. So there's nowhere to run. We're a single Negro nation royalty. Just one. All right, yeah. So next, I love doing that. Thanks again for tuning in. This show, this effort is brought to you in part by Twidwear. Twidwear, sportswear, sports gear, Twidwear, skincare, Twid gear. Twidwear.com, TWID, that's what I do. .com, Twidwear, TWIDWEAR.com, Twidwear.com. If you use the promo code TDRS, which stands, of course, for the Doug Wright Show, I believe, yes, you will get, as I understand it, 10% off apparel, cosmetics. That's what I do. That's what I do. This man's been around for 13, going on 14, maybe 15 years. I mean, he's been a legend in his local area, and I can say without doubt, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's Texas. I believe I'm right. If I'm not, I'm wrong, but he's been around. He's been around for a very long. And Twidwear, I mean, I call him Twid, Twid. That's what I did. I have some of his apparel. I got to tell you, it is thick. I mean, if you're not in a cold place, it's barely wearable, but it's incredibly high quality. And so Twidwear.com, that's the plug. Hey, that's good, right? Katrina, good? I know it's good. It's good. All right. Next, Twidwear. Get there. All right. Again, thank you for tuning in to the Doug Wright Show. Whoops. Here we go. Do hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button, hit these buttons. I I don't know nothing. Just hit buttons. Next topic, the cult of whiteness. Oh, I wanted to open with that. I wanted to open with that as my anchor topic, the cult of whiteness. We are in the middle of it, aren't we? Dear God, is it going a bit overboard, this cult of whiteness I see? My goodness, good Lord. The worship of their own likeness is what we are now in the midst of. And it's a struggle to get from. I mean, you can't escape it. It's bombardment. It is constantly in your face. The blonde hair, the blue-eyed place. Dear God, what happened? Huh? I don't even understand it. It is a cult, though, and again, you can choose leprosy or melanin. You choose. Now, look, there's a breakout of leprosy in Florida. I don't know the predominant makeup of the demographics regarding Florida, but I understand there are a lot of retirees there, folks that have some kind of melanin challenge that might be having to be dealt with in a sunny state, and leprosy. You better get out before it's too late. I don't understand a single Negro living in any state that is a southern state filled with the kin of Confederates. I just don't understand it. They all have a cult. They're all following the cult of whiteness. The bullshit they're swallowing. With Donald Trump taking the lead in every direction. Negroes, please. Fallen related beings is what we're talking about. And I will talk about this and scream and shout about all that I see regarding these folks that have blonde hair, blue eyes. Let's go through their history, shall we? It's real simple. The Huns, you want to talk about ones? Huns. This is a problem. You go from the Huns to Nazis. What is going on here? Nazis to white supremacists, to neo-Nazis, to Klansmen. I mean, it seems to be a consistent brand, man, right? Right there, interwoven in their skin. It's the inheritance of their inherited sin. I believe it is becoming a mind-numbing experience for some of them. As the sun seems to lighten and brighten, it has a negative effect on those who are white. I didn't mean to do it. It just came out. That's all there is to it. So they all have the same notions. They all have the same beliefs. They all give the same caucasity wrapped in self-grief. These people are literally, I mean, they're beyond belief. They are out of their mind with it. Detrina showed me not just before we went on here, a young woman in Canada, I believe I shared it, saw people that did not resemble white people and came into herself. Just all the things you expect Americans to do, this woman did. Take a look at the video. Why are you here? We settled. We did this. They all have the same mantra-like on-point call. I mean, it's like they're claiming ownership of it all. And if you're in their orbit, if you're anywhere near them, let me tell you something, folks. Perhaps you better fear them. The cult of whiteness. I can't talk about it. They worship their likeness. I said that. I don't doubt that. But Donald Trump seems to be leading the way with Marjorie Taylor Greene, Paul Gosar, Jenny Thomas. I mean, the list goes on, to be honest. And then we have Negroes that like to look like those. They put the blonde hair right up there, and then they put their pinky in the air. Like, what are you doing there? Anyway, I'm sorry. It is a cult. It is a cult. They're all falling under the same spell. And if they're not careful, I'm not going to go there because there's no telling what might come out of my mouth. Anyway, the Cult of Whiteness, folks, avoid it at all costs. It's deadly. It's deadlier than deadly moss. I can't keep going. I'm done. All right. Thanks so much for showing up here, folks. This is the Doug Rice Show. My name is Doug Rice. I started doing this January 6th. And they're still talking about January 6th. They haven't stopped about January 6th, so neither will I. Everybody going to jail except Donald Trump. So, I mean, find the lie. Everything that I'm saying, I think I back up by just observable fact. Of course, if you don't agree, well, you can just stand back. All right, we're done there. All right, by whose authority? By whose authority? Now, I got a brother. His name is Brother Moriel. Okay, Mr. Armstrong. He's got his own YouTube, and it's a powerful platform. Not enough followers, I believe, should have much more than me. He and I were talking, and he talked about the return of your free will. Now, I would have done a topic on that, but let me tell you, I didn't want to do that. But by whose authority? It's a question I like to ask. You know, a lot's been being done, and I'm thinking I'm calling them people to task. So by whose authority does Africa rise? I see them doing it before my eyes. By whose authority? I thought it was about the kingdom and that our job was to announce it and bring them. By whose authority do they assert their authority? I mean, who made them the majority and us the minority? So whose authority is all this being done under? I wonder. Well, they have it. They seem to have claimed it. I think they took it and perhaps renamed it. But they don't have authority over Negroes, not any longer. I feel that the energy from Negroes grows stronger as they weaken under all of this pressing pressure. I can imagine they're praying that it gets a little lesser. It's not. But by whose authority do they colonize and settle? I mean, you gotta admit, they got a lot of metal, huh? And will then get in your face till you get out of their space and then make up some cacophony called race to, just make things interesting. But the only authority that exists is that of God Almighty. To resist it, well, I wouldn't try it, but the authority that they surmise doesn't come within the eyes of God Almighty. It's the enemy of the Creator. That's the main invader. That's the authority they rule under and will soon be brought well asunder. I like that one. Whose authority? And anyway, I'm doing a thing. All right? That's what I'm doing. All right? After this, we'll get into some Negro news. We'll wrap it up. You can go about your business. Until then, sit there. Doug Rice, that's me. I go through this a lot. I go through this next bit, the ignorance of knowledge. The ignorance of knowledge. And you've heard me, you've seen me post, and I get it from 30-year-olds the most. This newly discovered thing that they now know. And, if I don't accept it from them, I got to go. Some real maddening circumstances. And I'm just going to tell about it and take my chances. The ignorance of knowledge. Some of you brothers know just enough to look foolish. I mean this. You grab hold of a piece of knowledge and you wrap it around your hand and you beat people upside. And if they don't accept the beating, well, then they're lost. It's going to come at a pretty high cost. Please don't make the mistake that you coming at me. Please. Opinions aren't facts. Everything that I say is not a fact. It's my opinion. It's my conclusion. It's what I surmise. It's how I see things before my eyes. It's not something that you need to accept. I just want you to know that before. Anyway, the ignorance of knowledge. Let me explain something, folks. If I didn't ask, I don't want to know. The more you assert, the more you got to go. I am not playing with this. It's up for each individual to make up their own mind. The final conclusion rests with you. And what burns me more than anything is when I hear a Negro say something along the lines that I know something you don't know, and if you don't accept it, well, you're on your way to Hades. You'll burn eternally if you don't see things the way I see. And I literally want to just kind of, okay. Anyway, the ignorance of knowledge. You don't agree, you're lost. Get away from me. It just bothers me. And I had to say something about it, the ignorance. It's up to you to accept your interpretation of what you see. It is not up to you to not only impose your interpretation on others, but to condemn them to the bowels of Hades if they don't see it your way. For God's sakes, go away. And please stay. Next. All right. How we doing? We good? I'm trying to clip it along. I'm not keeping track of the numbers. I'm not looking over at the screen. I don't know how many people are here to even hear what they're seeing. I don't know. I hope I'm having a good show, and I hope you think so too. All right. Anyway, this next thing is so true in my opinion. All of this is meaningless. All of the pursuits that I'm watching brothers and sisters go after as they watch it all fall apart right in front of them. It's like the mad dash for the last spot, for the best view of it all to go rot. It's like, I don't know, it's like everybody's like going for their own instead of looking forward to going the hell home. Each man will return to his own land. That's it, folks. You can put that in the can. So all of this is meaningless. All the effort, everything you see him doing, it's all about to come to ruin, and you know it too. So do they. But they're going to try anyway. Oh, well. Folks in Hawaii found out how quickly it can all be taken. This Hawaiian tragedy, over 96 people, I believe, dead, more likely will surpass 100 victims. And sad I am for the loss. It is tragic. However, that spot in Hawaii, that area specifically, that fire consumed, destroyed, no longer here area was once the seat of the Hawaiian kingdom, taken over by Caucasity, made into their own personal utopia-like paradise, and lived within for hundreds of years until one day a tragic yet poetically, very succinct fire came and just burned every multi-million-dollar goddamn house to the goddamn ground. All of it gone. Can you imagine the shock? I'm shocked. All of this is meaningless. You're going to find this out. It's my understanding that they may start to lose some of the holdings that they have obtained through theft and horror and murder and mayhem. They're just not going to believe this is happening to them. And when the final curtain falls on their show, we're going to look at each one of them and they're going to know why they are in the position they're in. They're going to know that it's about payment for their sin. Oh, yeah. All of this is meaningless. Solomon and vanity versus the kingdom. I mean, we know the story. We know Proverbs. We know all about it, right? But most are not really in line with what they see. I'm thinking most of them are trying to make a run for false eternity, but we'll see how it all shakes out. There'll be no doubt kingdom will be here soon. Just make room. Moving on. We need to fine-tune your focus. All right, we're going. Fine-tune your focus. Let me tell you what's happening, folks. If you listen really carefully, there's something out there trying to make a connection with Negro. I'm going to say it again. Get silent, get small, get meditative, get prayerful, get what you need. But if you listen carefully, it's my belief there's a signal being transmitted for Negroes to hear. I believe that, and I think the kingdom's drawing near. Now, why do I say that? Okay, fine-tune your focus. That's the topic, right? Why are they emitting as much frequency as they can? Almost a mad dash to put as much vibration in the air as the air can handle. It's almost as if they're trying to drown out something that you're meant to receive. And I need you to understand, with all this interference, it's almost impossible to perceive. You have to get by yourself alone. You've got to get somewhere on your own. You've got to focus. No hocus pocus. I'm just saying, fine tune it. Listen, get it together as they fall apart. Take advantage of this. Yeah, redeem your heart. Do what you have to do to come in line, because you can see they're losing their minds. They are. They're, as they come unglued, you find focus too. You find it within yourself to do. It's not impossible. You can do it too. Keep the kingdom in mind. That's a good way to focus. Just remember, you'll find. Well, that's all I can do with that one. I'm going to leave that alone. Listen, folks, they're going to ratchet up the crazy. I need you to understand this. This is just the beginning of their end. And I need you to understand, we don't have to pretend. If you want to look at a parallel, all you have to do is see how Germany went to hell. 1933 is when it started. And it went all the way to 1945 before, well, they departed. But think of that. It's almost like a parallel in hell we're about to experience. Serious business, please. Fine-tune your focus. There is no better time than today than to fine-tune your focus. Everything that you see happening around the globe is on the way here. All of the turmoil, all of the death, all of the disease, all of it is coming here. So please take the time to focus now, because you may not be able to focus somehow down the line. And lastly, I hear in my mind everybody cheering. Finally, Chosen Holy Royal Negroes. It's going to be real short. I'll show you how this goes. Chosen. The Most High God of all creation chose you, Negroes who listen to this show. Chosen. Okay, let's go. Holy. Okay, your Negro essence, your Negro being in itself, as I'm seeing, is holy. Not to be taken lightly, but to be taken seriously. Daily and nightly. Holy. Got it? All right. Royal nation and one family of Negroes. One. There are no divisions within the Negro family, aside from, of course, those divisions made to make us tribes. But as a collective unit of one, we are a holy royal nation of one family of Negroes. And finally, Negroes. Yeah, I use that term. I use it. I love the word Negro. The reason I use it is because it's the only designation that we get to keep. Yeah, think about it. They don't touch that one. They don't. They've marred up Black American, colored, people of color, African American. I'm tired of it. Negro. Fuck with that. You can't. All right, there we go. Chosen Holy Royal Negroes. We're done. All right. Everybody happy? All right, stop the applause. All right, thank you for showing up. I appreciate you, one and all. You have to just kind of focus when you look at what I'm doing. It's not really about me. It's more about the kingdom than anything. I believe there is a kingdom approaching. There's a lot of proof that supports this assertion. And I cannot imagine not being loyal to the kingdom or any kind of desertion. I did that. I know. All right. So here we are, middle of the show. We're pacing. We're good. All right. Next, we talk about news for Negroes. Now, I ask you to get the smile off your face. If you're out in public, I mean, it doesn't belong there. Okay, there's nothing to smile about. Okay, you don't belong here. When did you stop looking for the exits? When? You know, you ever ask yourself that? We were slaves, and nobody let us go. There's no freedom involved in this horrific show. There is none. At no point were we ever freed. And I need you to understand that more than, I don't know, more than I need anything. Here's what happens when you remove a smile from your face. The entire atmosphere changes in the place. The expectation of a Negro smile. I can tell you, that's just, I got to get off that a while. All right, let's get to news. Let me give you the reason to get the grin off your goddamn faces again. First things first, I think I saw this. I don't know. New Florida standards teach students that some Black people benefited from slavery because it taught useful skills. Now, I've been on this before. I've talked about this. Do you not understand that the folks that they took from another land, they came here with skills in hand? In fact, I might say, if I might, they literally taught the enslavers a few things and maintained the education that they not only received and brought, but such to the point that upon our emancipation, freedom was not involved. The skills of former slaves were overweighed the skills of white men. And of course, that's how, that's how unions began. So, first, the teaching is false. That's it, okay? It just is. And it's a false equivalency that Black people benefited from slavery in any way. I think I've been pretty vocal about this, so that's all I'll say. Water. Next, all right, we're gonna have a short news hour because I didn't find out. There's not too much there, but let's see here. Interesting. Black man who says he was elected mayor of Alabama town alleges that white leaders are keeping him from position. Okay. Black man who says he was elected says they won't have him up there. He's 57. He's my age. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you interested in marrying a town of racist, redneck, jerkwater? Why? They're not going to do what you say. They're not going to cooperate. Shoot. In fact, you might get done away with. You are in where? Alabama? Where we just put Negro foot to ass? And just walk away. You know what I mean? I feel like Bane. Walk away. Negroes living in the South need to get the fuck out the South. And no, I will not watch my mouth. Give me a break. As long as they've got the progeny of the Confederacy in full and plain view for you to see, ready to burn crosses, ready to act like racist bosses. What are you doing? And you wonder, and then when something racist happens to you surrounded by racists, you look around and wonder, how did this place happen? I don't know. Let's stop. All right, moving on. I don't know. Just enjoy the show. All right. Donald Trump calls Black DA Fani Willis a young racist, claims she had an affair with a gang member. Oh, did she? Did she have an affair with a gang member? Well, damn, Donald. Well, did she pay the gang member like thousands of dollars? And did she fantasize about the gang member being like her kid or something? And did she have to pay the gang member an additional $100,000 or some shit? And then get taken to court? I mean, how deep did she go with her gangbanger? Was it as deep as you went
with your hooker, which by her assertions, that wasn't very deep at all. I mean, you casting stones all your windows is cracked hanging on by a goddamn thread. You're gonna talk about anything that's been said about this woman, and it's all a lie, which is even more kind of an insult that he made up a lie based on a fucking TMZ and what are you doing, D? You know, I'm telling you, they grow into this racist bullshit. They do. Because Donald Trump didn't have a hint of this. I can tell you. I lived out there, and I didn't sniff a bit of this kind of malevolent, racist, white supremacy coming from Donald Trump, except for the full-page ad he took to try to, put to death the 5 brothers that were innocent. Okay, well, And of course, his father descending from, Klansmen, that probably was a clue. I mean, he's coming from Austria, blonde-haired, blue-eyed haven of Huns that somehow think they descend from Atlantis. Like, what the fuck is wrong with these blonde-haired, blue-eyed people? I drifted, didn't I? Next! All right, it's a show. What can I do? Oh, yes. Don't you love this? Get out of, the ad choices are killing me. But let's talk about this. You guys tell me, did I miss? Harris blasts Florida history standards, claim slavery included benefit to Black Americans. They say slave develops skills. But you see, the problem I'm having here is this Harris chick. Harris. Kamala Harris is not a Black woman. Kamala Harris does not represent Negroes. Kamala Harris is from India. Hello, India. Hamza, right? But not a Negro. In any way, in any shape, in any form. But look, let's just talk about our history with Negroes, shall we? Oh, she loved putting Negroes in jail. She loved that shit. And I want to tell you something about the caste system in India. It's a sinister little racist, Europeanized, colonialized, injected ideation into that entire nation of Indians, Sikhs, Hindus. They all got the same outlook on Black skin. I mean, the darker you are, well, they're not letting you in. The lighter you are, you get all the favors. You can taste every nuanced and variety flavor. I mean, you can get it all. If your skin is light, it's right. That's over there in India. That's where Kamala Harris comes from. She was raised by people who believe in a caste system. Lighter is better, darker is worse. So she has absolutely zero to say about Negroes. You're not a Negro. We know you went up there, hung with the sisters, chilling in the colleges, the story. We know, but you ain't Black. So step the fuck back. I'm not interested in Kamala Harris defending us, not even to Ron DeSantis. I just don't care. I don't need your assistance. Seriously. Okay, I'm done. Yeah, I don't like that. It's disingenuous phony too. And she does us good like Barack used to do. Remember that? She can get the swag, the Negro swag, but we already know she ain't with that bag. Next. All right, let's go. I'm sorry, I'm on the show. Let's do it. Tasers, taunts, torment, how 6 white officers subjected 2 Black men to hours of grueling violence, and then they tried to cover it up. Really? Is that what they did? Is that what they did? You still grinning? You this funny? Is this your circumstances as a Negro should always be serious in public, because this is what they do to you. This is what they have for you. Now let's look carefully. I need you to examine closely the faces of the brothers and sisters. You see a goddamn smile? Of course you don't. Yeah, that smile was taken off. That smile was wiped off, wasn't it? Just take a little interaction with our oppressors, and you'll understand what the fuck I'm saying. Next, I'm sorry, I'm moving on. Keep going. Black riverfront worker said he hung on for dear life during the attack. Said he hung on for dear life. Oh, all right, sir. What am I supposed to say? Fair usage, fair usage. Look at him. Oh, I'm not going to do the sound because I think they may try to take me down. But look at that. Yeah, okay. So we all see, yeah, he was hanging on for dear life. Or what can you imagine what was going through his head? I want you to understand, he thought he was dead. He had 4 or 5 white men hitting his head. I mean, well, let me ask you something. What if everybody on the boat was white? Would that brother have been all right? Yeah, you didn't think about that shit, huh? I guess I've heard the silence in the whole room. Huh? What if the whole riverboat was drunk rednecks? What would have happened to that black man? Yeah. All right, let's move on because I don't want to do it that long, so let's just move on. Here we go. Oh, wow. I don't know about that one, huh? That was pretty good. Documentary traces history of policing the black communities from slavery through present day. Yes, I know that. I know the slave patrol, slave catchers. You see, sheriffs and, all of these individuals that took over large swaths of land and policed those lands and helping the community. That was one thing. Deputies, sheriffs, marshals. But police officers, they stem from slave patrols that the North permitted to roam about the country looking for what they would think are runaway slaves to take them back to slavery. And so police started in northern cities and also southern towns, and they just kind of evolved into police officers. So everyone that I see, I call a goddamn slave catcher to their face. I absolutely do. Ask somebody. Next, we're almost done. Relax. All right, what do we got here? What is this? I like this. Little action, folks. For Freedom Schools launching to teach Black history in Florida. Nice. So there are schools, private schools, that can teach what they want. And right to DeSantis's face, may I hopefully say, fuck you. You know what I mean? I mean, who are you? You're just some dude that arrived on the shores of America after it was all over, used the system that benefits whites. And now you're governor, and you think you're going to tell black children how it is and how it was and how it will be. No, Ron DeSantis, we're going to see. Turkey ass. All right, I'm almost done. All right, fine. I'm almost done. All right, folks, let's see if I got any more news. Let's see if I have any more. A little bit. Don't need that one. Almost done. We'll get there. We'll get there. Oh, I thought this was settled. Boston black news anchors natural hair, a show of culture pride. They're taking a bow because they got their hair braided. Now, the Supreme Court's already ruled on this, but I guess it's brave now to show up on TV as a news anchor with your hair braided. You still grinning? These people have an attitude against blackness in every respect. They have an attitude against Negroes in 360 goddamn degrees. And it's constant and it's incessantly, just irritatingly, it's a bitch. Dear God. This was slightly predictable. Just everybody thought just in case you missed. Police apologized after teen handcuffed in an unfortunate case of wrong place, wrong time. Yeah, see, what happened was wrong place, wrong time. If you didn't see, I'm not going to show you because, they might ban me. The kid was taking out the garbage. How dare he? own neighborhood, minding his goddamned business, being a black child. And, you know, cops rolled up on him, put him in handcuffs, asked him, what are you fucking doing? Why is he here? Who are you? What are you doing? Wrong place, wrong time. What he was a black man being. You see what I'm seeing? How can you smile in this place? How can any Negro have a grin on their goddamned face? You got our children walking around this motherfucking place. And, you know, all they got to do is just come in contact with police space, man. Let me tell you something. I would lose my mind if my child was put in cuffs for no reason other than a white police officer was in goddamn season. Motherfucker. And there's no reason that any Negro wear a smile in the presence of these oppressors. Let me tell you, do not put these beings at ease, not a one of them, please. Good Lord. Wrong place, wrong time. War, you were black, in my view. And what you gonna do? Yeah, I don't get it. Well, I don't get it. I don't know. Are you protecting your children? I don't know. I mean, are you? Are you protecting your children? You got your kids out there. You know, your kids don't tell you everything they experience out there with these folks. They don't want you losing your mind and losing you. It's no joke. Yes. Please. See, here we go. More of this. If you please. Developers have black families fighting to maintain property and history. Where? South Carolina coast, developers of new homes, vacations, targeting properties owned by the descendants of enslaved people. Here's the problem I'm having. Don't own shit here. Don't own nothing here. Don't own anything you want to hold on to here. There is nothing for you here, Negro. There's nothing for you here to keep. It is only for you to leave behind. Now, if you want to collect shit you want to leave behind, I do that. I got little electronic shit, little shit I know that I'm going to leave when it's time to leave. Okay, fine. But listen, don't make a house. This ain't the time to make a house because they're pretending to kick you out. You think I'm playing? Have no doubt. I'll keep going. You know, it's coward. What? Look, I don't even understand this one. It's a coward move. Manny Diaz Jr. criticized for not attending a Black History Town Hall in Miami Gardens. Manny Diaz is criticized for not attending a Black History Town Hall. What? Why? Why are you criticizing? You didn't want to go. I mean, you know, let's just, come on, folks, listen, this Hispanic, Latino divide, this Spanish versus Negroes who speak Spanish, just so you know, listen, stop with that, okay? A Negro is a Negro. A Negro is a Negro if he speaks Spanish. If Europeans call him a native or an Indian, doesn't matter, okay? It's the hair, primarily there. And of course, skin tone. We're all on our own. That's it. Just thought I'd let you know. All right, just let you know. You know, and any chance anyone gets to not be a Negro, they're going to take that chance, just so you know. Especially if, you know, they're Spanish. All right, Savannah considers Black people, and listen, you want to name yourself after shit. I'm almost done. Savannah considers Black people and women for City Square to replace the name of slavery advocates. See, you're still trying to plant your flag here. I understand. They have us in rotation within this nation. They do. They simultaneously hate us and they love us. I mean, it's beyond this. It's ridiculous. We fall for it because we're hopeful. Again, I want to look for the exits. I think so. All right, let's see. We got one more. Tim Scott grew up here. Tim Scott, Florida. There's no silver lining to slavery. I hate when these dumb commercials come on. Tim Scott slams Florida's Black History curriculum. There's no silver lining in slavery. Well, let me tell you this, folks. There's just never the wrong time to go black. But just remember, this one seems he'll just go back, though. I think he's going to go back. He's black now, but I think he's going to, yeah. All right, we're done. Okay, we're done. All right, folks, I want to thank you. Thank you so much for showing up. Thank you for being here. My voice is about gone. It's Sunday. Won't be too long. No. They're going to keep going on and on and on. They're like the Energizer Bunny of foolishness. Nation of fools. And they have a strategy these days. I'm going to close with the strategy that Detrina shared with me. This idea is hers. So you come across caucasity and it's all its glory. And if the police are called, here's the strategy that they activate. It's called DARVO. That's the acronym. DARVO. I'm going to share it with you now. DARVO is the white tactic put upon brothers and sisters when there is police interaction, and I'm going to tell you what it means. DARVO, first, they deny, then they attack, then they reverse the situation, then they play the victim and make you the offender. DARVO, deny, attack, reverse, victim, offender, redirecting blame, it's all the same. And again, that didn't come out of my name. Detrina, thank you so much for that info. Appreciate it. All right, I got to go. 12:56, just so you know, I have done an hour of the Doug Rice Show. All right, there, I'm ready to go. All right, appreciate your time. Appreciate you listening to the rhyme. I'm going to go before I lose my voice, All right, guys. Thanks so much. You guys have a good day. Let me see how I get out of here. Wait, hey. Another Monday coming up on you, right? You're going to work tomorrow. Not me. I work from home. I'm not for public consumption, so I stay in my home office and do my thing. Rarely do I come across anybody that I don't choose to come across. So that's me. That's my show. You, on the other hand, you got a job to go to. And more likely it'll be tomorrow. So you do me a favor. I know that you're accustomed to being, probably a very warm and welcoming Negro at any job that you might go. But I invite you to maintain that attitude. I do. I want you to exude the best kind of Negro that you can possibly be. But listen, when they look at you, I want them to see a serious Negro mind. The only way that they're ever going to find that to be the case is if you get that goddamned grin off your face. Have a good weekend.